Welcome to the Essentials to Empower channel. Keep watching to learn how to make a bracelet on a weaving wheel. Watch my previous videos to learn how to make a weaving wheel and how to set up the strings for weaving a bracelet.
Get it all untangled. Once your threads are sorted, you'll have 2 of each color in 7 notches around your weaving wheel. The empty notch is always going to remain at the top. What you're going to do in order to weave this bracelet is, and I like to hold my weaving wheel with my hand underneath, kind of grasping that knot. You're going to count 1, 2, 3 threads over, pull your thread out of that notch and insert it into the empty notch at the top. Then you're going to rotate your weaving wheel until an empty notch is again at the top of the wheel. 1, 2, 3 around. Grab your thread, pull it out of that notch, and insert it in the notch at the top of the wheel. Turn so that the empty notch is at the top again, and count 1, 2, 3. Grasp your thread, remove it from that, and insert it at the top where it was empty, rotating the empty one again to the top. You're going to repeat this process again and again until your bracelet is the sufficient length to go around your wrist or the wrist of the recipient. Each time you pull the thread from the notch to the opening at the top, make sure that you pull it tight enough that the bracelet stays in the middle of your circle, or the middle of your hole. So you want to grasp it, pull it, place it in the notch, and try to keep it in the center. That'll keep your bracelet nice and tight. Notice how much it's grown in just a few minutes. Also, as you're working, make sure that occasionally you comb your threads with your fingers, otherwise they'll get knotted up at the bottom of your thread. After you've been working with your bracelet for a few minutes, keeping your strings untangled, you'll want to take and grasp your bracelet and pull it. Keep it pulled tight, otherwise you won't have a good judge of how long it's actually become. If for some reason you have to stop when you're only partway through making your bracelet, don't worry about it. All you need to do is slip your weaving wheel and bracelet threads into a zip bag for later. You'll always know how to pick up where you left off if you just remember that the empty notch is always at the top and you're always counting over 3. Easy for me while I'm making my bracelet to count to the right 1, 2, 3 because I'm right-handed. But if you have students that are left-handed, it's all right. They can count to the left 3 and grasp their threads just as long as you do it the same way every single time. Once you've been weaving a while, you can turn your weaving wheel over and check the length of your bracelet to see whether or not it's going to be the right size for you. Just wrap it around your wrist, and if it goes all the way around, you know that you're finished. Once you're done, then just unload your bracelet by pulling all the strands off of your weaving wheel. Grasp your bracelet, and again tie an overhand knot. Slide it all the way down so that none of your weaving is in the knot. The next knot is going to be the clasp of your bracelet. So you're going to want to make it nice and big. Again with an overhand knot. And then 2 or 3 more overhand knots right on top of that big knot. Just keep tying overhand knots until it's nice and bulky, because this is going to be like a button that keeps your bracelet on your wrist. You're going to thread that button through your loop that you originally made around a pencil. So you can kind of see that this is going to be a great knot for me to keep my bracelet on. Once you've done 2 or 3 knots in the same spot, then just neatly trim off the extra thread and button up your bracelet. And that's Kumihimo, friendship bracelets made with a weaving wheel.